Hey guys, welcome back to my next video, and today we're going to be looking at what teams need to do in the next 2 weeks transfer window. And we're going to be starting off with Scum, because it's in alphabetical order. So they signed Leno in goal, and honestly I'm surprised Leno hasn't moved to a bigger club before. Because he's a really good goalkeeper. I seriously rate him, and he would have a lot more international caps had it not been for Neuer. And then he got Ter Stegen in front of him as well, and I think he should have picked another nation if they offered it to him. He would have been a lot better off. But I reckon in goal Arsenal are pretty sorted. Right back they brought in Lichtsteiner, and at centre back they brought in Socrates. So them two signings were quite good signings. They've both been there and done it. They both got quite far in the Champions League. Certainly Lichtsteiner has, and even if he just backs up Bellerin, he's going to be helpful to him. As for Socrates, he'll replace Mustafi, who has been error prone, and I don't know if Koscielny's going to be fit for the start of the season or not, so that could also be why he brought him in. But I think somewhere Arsenal really need to work on is getting in a cover left back, depending on where they're going to play Monreal. They're going to play Monreal at centre back, and they've got to bring in another left back. I mean, I wouldn't mind if they didn't, because it would mean they'd be stuck if Kolasinac got injured, but you know. In midfield, they brought in Torreira and Guendouzi. Both players are quite good players. Guendouzi's one for the future more. Whereas Torreira's more one to probably to replace Wilshere. Because obviously he went to West Ham. But I think this year could be make or break for Mesut Ozil really. If he doesn't perform this year, then I reckon they'll give up on him and sell him. So I really think they need a backup for him just in case he fails. But up front they've got Lacazette, Aubameyang and Welbeck, who's probably going to leave, or they want him to leave. So I think they'll definitely need a backup striker at some point to help them out a bit. As for Bournemouth, they signed David Brooks, who plays at Cam, and Diego Rico, who plays at left back. I reckon Bournemouth do need another centre half, because they do look a bit short there, age-wise, and they could potentially do with a wide man to help them out a bit, but sometimes they don't really perform for them. The wide man will probably add a bit more support, and they need to get Defoe fit and firing really. As for Brighton, I think they could easily be one of the shock teams this season. But yesterday they signed Jahan Bascher from AZ Alkmaar. He's a really good player. He was like the top scorer last year or something like that. He's a really good winger. They also got Leon Balogun from Mainz. He's probably going to be a backup centre half considering they let Goldson go. In goal they brought in Steele and David Button. I honestly can't see where they're going to fit in. I honestly can't, because obviously Matt Ryan will be their main one this year. So where will them two play? When will they play? I think that they were ridiculous. They also brought in Bernardo as a new left back. I think he's a quality left back. He's been at RB Leipzig for a little while now. In midfield they brought in Bissouma, who's a good little young midfielder. He performed quite well in France. They also brought in Percy Tau from South Africa, score a few goals for him. But I reckon Brighton are pretty much done business-wise. unless they want to potentially go for a backup right back or another midfielder maybe. Burnley haven't signed anyone this summer. I think they definitely need a backup centre half. They potentially need another wide player. And right back and left back they need players. So Burnley need to get there. So Burnley really need to pull their finger out in the next week and try and sign some people. As for Cardiff, I reckon they're already down, basically. Because they brought in Bobby Reid from the Championship, Cunningham from the Championship, Josh Murphy from the Championship, and Smithy from the Championship. So none of them are really Premiership quality players. I reckon they will really struggle. I know it sounds harsh, but I cannot see them beating anyone this year. As mean as it sounds. As for Chelsea, they brought in Jorginho. They brought in Rob Green today. They're going for a centre half, which I think is right. They're going for a potential another striker if Morata leaves again. I think they need it, and I think they need someone to play the role Cesc Fabregas normally plays, in case Fabregas gets tired, because he will in the end. And they struggled last year playing it through the midfield when Fabregas wasn't fit. Palace are another one who need to work on stuff, because they brought in Gaeta in goal. But I don't think they were that bad in goal last year with Wayne Hennessy. But I think they are talking to a few midfielders. I know they're talking to Kouyate, the one from West Ham, which could be good for them. But I think there's another one. Yeah, Gonalons from Roma. He is a quality midfielder. I think he's French, played for Lyon for a long time. But Palace do need to shore up that midfield. And the one main thing they need to do is get goals. Because they rely on Zaha too much. Last year, really. Everton are a team who have now stepped up their business by buying Richarlison. I think that fee is way too high for him. More than double what it should have been for him, probably, considering he had a bad second half of the season last year. And surely Everton would have learnt their lesson last year from spending big money on not yet performing players like Sigurdsson, Michael Keane, Theo Walcott. Just all of them haven't really performed for him yet. However, they are now looking at a left back and centre half. I know they're both from Barcelona. I think it's like Mina and Digne who they're looking at. And I think they're looking at whatever they can get, really. As for Fulham, Fulham are setting themselves up quite well. I reckon they do need to try and force through Mitrovic and potentially Matt Target transfers. But the fact they got Le Marchand and Seri from Nice are two very good players. Seri was linked with Barcelona last year. Plus they got a new goalkeeper in Fabry, and they brought in Schürrle. I think Fulham hopefully will survive comfortably next year. I can't see them getting dragged into it, or if they are in it towards the end of the season, I can't see them getting dragged out of it. Next team we're going to be looking at is Huddersfield, another team who have spent a lot this year and brought in a lot. They brought in Ben Hamer from Leicester, who will be a backup keeper, I think, to replace Rob Green. Sobhi from Stoke, who I think will be a backup winger. Kongolo at left back. Bakuna in centre midfield. Not the one who used to play for Aston Villa, a different one. I think he'll be quite good for them. They brought in Eric Durm from Dortmund, another left back. I reckon Kongolo will move into the middle then if they brought in another left back. Lossell they made permanent, that was their main target. And they brought in Diak Habi, I think they're another one who just needs to score goals, and I think they need another striker. And potentially another Cam to replace Tom Ince, who's now gone to Stoke. And potentially shore up their back four a bit, because sometimes last year they did look a bit weak. Leicester is a team who I think could struggle next year because of one reason: the fact they sold Mahrez and they've only signed Maddison, Pereira, Evans and Danny Ward. Now Maddison is good, but he's no Riyad Mahrez. I think that really needs to be a priority for Leicester, replacing Mahrez somehow. Because somehow they need to do it, and they need to do it fast. They've been linked with Thorgan Hazard and all that, and I think they need to get him over the line. And they might need another centre half as well. As for Liverpool, I reckon Liverpool are pretty much set for next season. And I'm going to come out and say it now. I think Liverpool will be the ones to win the league next year. Considering they signed Keita, Fabinho, Shaqiri and Alisson, their team just looks so much better than it did last year. And I think they could do a Man City this year and really run away with it. And I can't see anyone stopping them apart from one of the big clubs. As for Man City, who'll be the last one to do in this video, we'll do the other half in the next video because I don't want it to be too long. They signed Mahrez for 60 million, which I think is a big signing for them. And I don't rate Bernardo Silva. I don't know why, I just don't like him. So I'm hoping Mahrez will take his place mainly, but I think Mahrez will become kind of for everywhere whenever they get an injury behind the striker. And they brought in the young French midfielder I really like from PSG, Claudio Gomez. A lot of people had heard of him, but he's really good actually. On Football Manager he's really good. He's not on FIFA yet, which really frustrates me, but on Football Manager he's really good. As for what City need, I know it's bold to say it, but I think they're going to need fullbacks and another striker to back up Jesus just in case Aguero gets injured. That's going to be the end of this video, guys. Tomorrow we will be looking at the rest of the Prem, and hopefully we will see everyone hopefully we will see Arsenal by no one, and Chelsea by no one, and Tottenham by Gareth Bale. I will be seeing you guys tomorrow.